it seems as though if you look at certain hadith and certain passages, they almost seem to be implying that the vast majority of Muslims are not Muslim, because there seems to be, and especially if you talk to like the Salafis and things like that, they'll say that like basically almost everybody that identifies as Muslim is committing shirk. What is the Islamic teaching on people going to the tombs of saints, on people practicing like pre-Islamic healing rituals, etc., etc.? All right, so my question is pretty simple. I'm interested in religious studies, I guess, and in looking at comparing world religions. But my question about the Islamic religion particularly is that it seems as though if you look at certain hadith and certain passages, they almost seem to be implying that the vast majority of Muslims are not Muslim, because there seems to be, and especially if you talk to like the Salafis and things like that, they'll say that like basically almost everybody that identifies as Muslim is committing shirk. I don't know what your thoughts on that are.
Okay, are you Christian?
Not really.
You're not
I would
Christian.
say I'm perennialist to an extent. I think that there's a great deal of truth in all the religious traditions.
Okay, so can you be more specific with your question? Because I cannot just like empty claims. I don't go with empty claims, right? I have to go with which verse you're talking about, which quote unquote Salafi you're talking about, right? But this is just all abstract.
I'm not saying that, like,
everything you said so far is just abstract. Would you agree with me, right?
I'm saying that like there's this strong implication, because like I don't know what your own position is, but I've been told by other like Muslims that I've been talking to.
So far, what's your name?
Traditional Culture Preservation Society.
You can give me a name to call you, as it's very long, isn't it?
Bob. You can call
Bob.
me
Okay,
Bob.
but I'll call you Bob. Look, listen, Bob. You cannot tell me hearsay and then expect me to give you an answer, right? You're saying I heard X, Y, and Z. Okay,
what's
my position? You asked about my position. My position is what the Quran says. So where does the Quran say that Muslims are not Muslims? It's strange. Where does the Quran indicate that Muslims are not Muslims? Where is that?
I would say that if you look at like the understanding of what's considered to be shirk, it seems as though it would be
whose understanding?
The understanding of the majority of the.
Why is shirk? Tell me.
Shirk is saying that there's basically saying that there's other gods besides Allah, correct?
No, that's not the only definition of shirk. What is the definition of shirk that is given by the Prophet?
Associating partners with Allah.
No, that's a part of shirk. But what is the definition that the Prophet said? You
tell me.
Okay, so if you do not know the definition of shirk, then on what basis can you say that there are the Muslims are committing shirk?
I'm saying this. I'm repeating what was told to me.
You shouldn't do that. Then if that person making that claim, tell him to come on my channel and have a discussion with him. That's it, you know? Okay, shirk. Prophet ﷺ said, أَن تَجْعَلَ لِلَّهِ نِدًّا وَهُوَ خَلْقَكَ. That's major shirk, because there's also minor shirk, and it has the definition as well. Major shirk is أن تَجْعَلَ لِلَّهِ نِدًّا, that you make an equal to Allah when He created you. So that equal to Allah can be in any attribute. Can be in the attribute of creation. You can say something other than Allah creates, or something other than Allah gives life. You don't have to say that thing is God necessarily, but you can say that thing also gives life, or that thing also puts people in paradise and hellfire. Do you understand? So it's not only saying that there is more than one creator. It can be given the attributes of Allah to other than Allah.
So when, for instance, you got Sufis that pray at tombs, are they doing that?
I don't know which Sufis you're talking about, and I don't know which tombs they're praying to, and I don't know what they say. You have to be specific, as I said. So far, look, you can't just make my friend said that this Salafi guy and this is that. I feel like you're not being sincere with your questions a little bit. What is the purpose behind hearsay point? Look, I'm here. I'll tell you something.
This is something that's debated.
Look, Bob,
within Islamic scholarship.
Bob, I'm here to represent Islam.
Mm-hmm.
Islam means the Quran and the prophetic tradition. I'm not here to deal with X, Y, and Z said, and his uncle said to his grandfather, and his grandson was disagreeing with him. That's irrelevant to me, right? Where is your question regarding the Islamic teachings, regarding the Quran and Hadith and things to do with that? This is what I can answer. What X, Y, and Z, what unknown X person is doing is nothing to do with me.
Or how about this? I'll rephrase it, and I'll back up and I'll ask, what is the Islamic teaching on people going to the tombs of saints, on people practicing like pre-Islamic healing rituals, etc. Things that the vast majority of people in the Muslim world do.
You have to be. What are they doing in the tombs?
Typically, what they'll do is they'll go and visit the tombs, and they'll.
What are you reading? I don't know what you're reading. You're reading your chat or reading something, but you think you should focus with me, right? What are they doing in the tomb?
They're going to the tombs, and they're
without reading on the side. Look my side and tell me what they're doing. Again, you're doing it. Look. I'm not here to waste time, Bob. Look, if you're just here to read something from a person who's telling you on Discord or something,
I'm not reading anything from anyone. I'm asking you the question.
Why are you looking to the side?
Like when these people are going to these, I mean, you know as well as I do that all sorts of
gaslighting is coming now. Gaslighting is happening now. Okay. What is your question, Bob? Bob, what is your question about Islam, Quran or Hadith? I'm not interested in what people are doing.
Are these people committing shirk?
I'm not interested in what they're doing. I'm interested in Quran and Hadith. You have any question about that, or should I move on to the next person?
Yeah. Okay. Here's my question: What do the Quran and Hadith say about the people that do these things?
What things? Be specific.
Things like praying at the tombs of the saints, or performing like shamanic healing rituals or things like that.
If they pray to other than Allah, then that's an action of shirk.
Because many of these people will say that they're praying to the saints, but that the saints are working.
I don't know these people. When you bring them, I'll talk to them. But as I said, I give you a simple ruling. You said that Islam says, right? Then you come back to the people again. What does Islam say about praying to other than Allah? It is shirk. It is haram. To pray to other than Allah, it takes you out of the fold of Islam. If I start praying to another human being, then it takes me out of the fold of Islam.
Even if they'll tell you that, like, no, actually,
I don't know who they are. What's the names?
I can give you the names of the societies that do this.
Bob, clearly, what is your agenda, Bob? What are you trying to get to here? What are you trying to do? It's not going to work. Whatever you're trying to do, look, I can see what you're trying to do before you're doing it. So you're just wasting your time, Bob. If we either get to something beneficial, or you quit wasting my time and then move it to someone who actually has questions about Islam. Okay, Bob, unless you got an actual question, I'll let you go now.
I would say this. I mean, this is an actual question. We're dealing with billions and billions of people that are not doing Islam right, according to all these
billions and billions and billions of people. Wait. Let me just quote you. Billions and billions and billions of people, which are more than the population of planet Earth, are doing actions which are not Islamic.
Over 1 billion people. Yes, I would say that according to the Salafi, according to the radical Salafi.
No, wait. So it's not billions and billions and billions anymore.
It's over 1 billion. I would say that's
over 1 billion now. It's not billions because billions is plural. It cannot be one.
Over 1 billion.
But that's not billions.
I mean, how about instead of focusing on the exact number? I mean, I would say over
no. I have to focus on the number because
the majority of the Islamic
because you're claiming that majority of Islamic world is doing what?
They're practicing what the more extreme Salafis would call superstition and shirk.
Okay, give me evidence. Give me evidence. Over 1 billion people is practicing shirk. Go ahead.
Like literally, if you look at any of the surveys that are done,
no. Where's the evidence? What service? Name one survey.
Name one survey. You can look at something like the World Value Survey, and they'll show you like the vast
show me.
Okay, the world's Muslims
put the link now.
Magic.
Put the link now, and show. Every Muslim believes in magic. That's not superstition. You have to believe in magic, especially the Quran. You claim that they do shirk. You didn't claim that they believe in magic.
Okay, so wait. What's the Islamic position on
Don't backtrack.
What's the Islamic position on magic?
No. I'm not going to let you play these games, right? Where is the evidence that over 1 billion people are practicing shirk? Go ahead.
I would say that depends on what the definition of shirk is, but if it is the way...
I already gave you the definition of shirk. Where is the evidence that there is more than 1 billion people?
What is the Islamic position?
What is the evidence that you're avoiding to respond to the question I'm asking you? Where is the evidence? As you quoted, is more than 1 billion people. First, it was billions, but now there is more than 1 billion people who are practicing shirk. Please provide your evidence.
There's pretty strong evidence. I don't know what your position is on Sufis.
Yes, you said surveys. You quoted a survey. Wait.
Roughly half of people in the Muslim world belong to Sufi tariqah.
Now it's half the Muslim world, right? So okay, every time we have a new claim, right?
Still,
okay,
no, I'm talking about
You're interrupting me,
various.
Bob.
You're asking
Bob.
for specific examples. I'm
Don't
giving
get
you
nervous, Bob.
examples.
There's no need for you to get nervous, Bob. Right?
Why are you
There's another.
psychoanalyzing me now?
No, but you are interrupting me when I'm speaking, which is a sign of getting nervous. You should allow me to speak as I'm allowing you to speak. You claimed first it was billions of people. Then you moved on to 1 billion of people. Then you moved on to half of the population. Then you said surveys. When I said bring evidence of surveys, you quoted one survey that says that they believe in magic, while every Muslim has to believe in magic. So can you give us those surveys and evidences that shows that, quote unquote, 1 billion, billions, or half the population, whichever one you want to pick, are doing shirk? Go ahead.
Well, I'll have to, before I do that, though, I'll have to ask you.
No, before. You made a claim.
What would you consider? All right, fine. I'll play your game.
Not my game, it's your game. You're the one who's coming with this game. All of these are your claims. How is that my game, Bob? I didn't make none of these claims. I just said to you, ask about the Quran and Hadith. You started saying this person, that person. You have no evidence, Bob, right? That's the truth. Just say, look, be honest and sincere. Say, I've got no evidence that actually half of the population is committing shirk, because they're not. You can just say that.
No, I would say that unless, now, if you want to say that certain practices are not shirk, then that will perhaps change my position. But there is strong evidence that a large majority of the population is.
Where is the evidence?
What the Salafis.
Where is the evidence? Now it's a large population. Okay. Where is the evidence, Bob? You keep changing your claim. Where is the evidence?
You look at anything. You look at the World Value Survey. You look at
again, you're just quoting something that has nothing to do with what we're saying.
What's that? How does that have nothing to do with what we're saying?
You claim that they says they believe in magic. Where does it say they're committing shirk?
If one is to believe in magic, by definition, wouldn't that mean that they would believe that there's power that resists and that exists, supernatural power that exists in other than Allah?
A supernatural power created by Allah. Where's the problem?
But the supernatural power exists in jinn and other sorts and spirits and other things that are not Allah.
Where is the evidence that the survey is saying that there are things other than Allah? It's a created things from another creator. Where is the survey saying this nonsense?
So hold on.
All the survey says, all this hypothetical survey that you quoted says is that they believe in magic. And believing in magic is a part of the Islamic teachings. We do believe in magic. We believe it's something that Allah created. And it is explicitly mentioned in the Quran in chapter 2. يُعَلِّمَانِ النَّاسَ السِّحْرَ وَمَا أُنزِلَ عَلَى الْمَلَكَيْنِ بِبَابِلَ هَارُوتَ وَمَارُوتَ. They're teaching people, Allah is saying, quote unquote, يُعَلِّمَانِ النَّاسِ. They teach the people السِّحْر, magic. So, sihr or magic is something that every Muslim has to believe in because it's a part of the Quran. Now, again, coming back to you weaseling your way out of the question, where is the evidence that half of the population of Muslims are committing shirk?
Do you know the answer is what? There's copious evidence, and I could name any. I could name all sorts of anthropologists that have done research into Islamic.
Why is an anthropologist? Can you define an anthropologist? What is an anthropologist?
Anthropologist, ethnographer, is a person that goes in and studies these societies, studies indigenous peoples of regions, and describes their world.
Look, Bob, I don't know. You know what you're doing, Bob, and you know how you look for over 2,000 people watching you, Bob. My advice to you, Bob, actually bring something substantial. So these little children games is not going to work here, Can work in other places, maybe with someone who doesn't know what he's talking about, right? But all you're coming and doing, Bob, is you're making yourself look bad, changing your claim every couple of minutes. And you're even laughing when I'm talking, knowing what I'm saying is true. Look, Bob, look. I'll let you go, man. You're just coming here to joke. Okay, bye-bye, Bob. Bye-bye.